Clickbait. It is, and I feel like that's what they want, you know? Like, they want me to speak my... And then, like, when you do that, you just make yourself seem like you blow the situation up more. Right. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's like, let it go. Always, I hate to say it, but it's always, like, black girls, like, they're always making... This isn't their first time. Those girls made videos about me before.
That opening clip is from Mary Jane Byard. Now, for those of you who don't know who she is, she's a popular black influencer who's made a career of traveling from country to country and been over 100 countries from what I understand. And she's been a very big inspiration to a lot of African American women, especially those ladies who are mid-brown to darker skin tone. And she's young and very attractive. But that opening clip was from a YouTuber by the name of Troy's TV. And he actually followed her or found her somewhere out of the country and pretty much confronted her about her scamming. And what did she say in that clip? She said, usually the ladies that are hating on me are the black women. But let's rewind, Patrick. You see, Mary Jane Byard is known here on YouTube as a scammer. And why is that? Well, a lot of black women want to come out and meet her. They want to also travel. They want to meet other black women. So Mary Jane Byard allegedly has taken advantage of this opportunity to get women to send her money on Cash App. And then after sending the money on Cash App, she refuses to talk to them anymore. In fact, she will delay messages. Now, before you send the money, she's all good. But then once you send the money, she's no longer replying. And then when you start having a panic attack, she'll start to say, oh, I have problems with my bank and things like that. Now, let me kind of just play another clip here of another woman that's a YouTuber that's expressed the reputation of Mary Jane, and then I'm going to come back.
Next, we have Mary Jane Byard, the world traveler herself. Now, I had to really figure out how to do this one because Mary Jane is someone who many people have discussed, but a lot of people have requested this. So this video is for the request. She has allegedly been scamming since she's been called out 2 years ago at this point. We all first learned about her scams in 2021, and now we're here in 2023, where when I followed her to start doing some research, I was seeing some very shady activity, and her Instagram is now taken down, and she had to actually create a new one. Mary Jane used to be novelty. People saw a young black woman, specifically who had a deeper complexion, traveling the world. People were tuned in. People thought it was aspirational. People thought, I don't know, there was something about, I feel like identity politics and how it should be known for was really shining and thriving as it pertains to Mary Jane's rise. But now we know almost anyone can also be a travel vlogger. All you gotta do is start going some places. You can get a credit card that allows you to have flight miles and hotel points, and you too can record your travels and tell people some tips and tricks. So at this point, Mary Jane is not that special, so you really have to work, you really have to differentiate yourself. And unfortunately, she likes to do that by being a liar and an awful person.
Now, in this third clip, I want to play this entire video of a woman that actually got her money back, but she was scammed severely and had to go out of, her way to get her cash back after almost being scammed.
My mom told me about Mary Jane Byard and her trip. So I ended up reaching out to her. We ended up exchanging contact information, and ultimately I ended up sending her $1,200 to go on this trip. So, a couple weeks passed. She was very good at communicating in the beginning, before and when I sent her my money. About a week after I sent her my money, it was really, really, really hard to get in contact with her, and I started getting nervous. Y'all, from the moment I sent her my money up until I found out that this trip may not be what she said it was, I had major anxiety. It was like 4 in the morning. I ended up messaging Mary Jane and telling her, hey, I won't be able to go on this trip. Something came up. Can I receive my refund? She said it was cool. In previous messages, we spoke about getting refunds if anything were to fall through. You're getting scammed if you didn't receive $6,400 in subsidies from the IRS this month. Let me explain. So the IRS has this new. She agreed, so I felt like, okay, this isn't random. This isn't me just backing out and she had no idea that it could possibly happen. We spoke about refunds. She said it would be okay. So after asking for my refund, it was days, sometimes before I heard back from her. Days pretty much. And I basically got to a point where I was harassing her low-key because she had my money. And one thing you're not about to do is just take my money. Long story short, my family was counseling me on what to do. I'm surrounded by very smart, very God-fearing women. And they were advising me on what to do. It got to the point where I threatened Mary Jane with taking legal action, which I was really full-blown willing to do, because what you're not gonna do, again, is take my money. So I eventually threatened her with taking legal action. I'm gonna put that screenshot here. And she did not send me my money back until I did that. But throughout that entire conversation, I was being mocked. I was being played like I was stupid, but that's not what we're here to do. We're not here to bash her and talk about her, because I've forgiven her.
Now you're probably wondering, well, why am I talking about Mary Jane Bayard? Like, who is she? Let me just say this. There are tons of videos on these ladies, right? But see, I was a good friend to Kevin Samuels. And I was always told by so many people that I've met all across the world that Kevin Samuels was so toxic to black women. Kevin Samuels was creating this whole level of toxic masculinity towards women, black women in particular. And I've also heard the same things about even some videos that I have made in the past, or even make now, the black manosphere. But you know what I have never heard of? I have never heard of me or Kevin Samuels or any person that has ever scammed $1 from black women. You see, it's one thing to say something that you don't agree with and say it in a fashion that could hurt your feelings. But see, the thing is, whatever we're talking about, we got to be honest. Is that information, do you feel that it's true? Because a lot of times when I'm saying some things, you might not like it, but I do feel that it's true. But I can tell you what is also true, that a lot of women out there are scamming other women, taking money from women that they work hard for. They go out there and do it every day at a job or in their business, and they don't care about you as a black woman. And I'm not saying this is all sisters, because we have a lot of good women out there who are in business that are doing great things. But in this particular case, here is a woman that takes money from black women that want to see her do well, and then she uses you. But this is something I'm seeing that happens a lot. Do you guys remember a lady by the name of Michaela Pink? She was one of these Shira 7, followers, and she was going around telling women how to get a man. She was a dating coach and a life coach. And then, can you remember what happened to her? I can remember what happened to her. Let's play that clip.
Social media star who scammed people out of thousands of dollars finds out her sentence after pleading guilty.
ABC 13 reporter Maya Shea is live with what prosecutors are saying this afternoon. Maya.
Well, prosecutors say, hey, you've got to do some homework when you try to talk to some of these social media stars. You think you know them, but do you really? Because this woman, they say, swindled at least 8 people out of tens of thousands of dollars, and now she has pled guilty and will be spending time in prison.
And once I used my concealer,
Nikki Lynn Fox promoted herself as a style and relationship expert on YouTube. But prosecutors say she can now add a new title to that, a professional scammer. After first being indicted a year ago, Fox pled guilty and was sentenced today to 5 years in prison. Prosecutors say she conned at least 8 victims into making real estate investments with her. She really presents well. She's somewhat funny. She's very attractive when she does her makeup and her hair. She dresses the part. She's articulate. She talks the talk. They say she either gained their trust through her YouTube videos or after meeting the victims in real life. Then she would mention her side business of flipping houses and convince her victims to invest tens of thousands of dollars. But it was all a scam.
We never found that she owned any of the real estate that she was talking about. And actually, in one of the cases, the property didn't even exist. It's like she just made up an address. So, yeah, no, it was a complete scam from the beginning.
Church that might want to go into the ministry and help people. But you see, there's an issue. Juanita Bynum also has a reputation and a history, allegedly, of scamming black women. And you probably want to know some receipts here, right? So here's a clip to prove that.
Juanita Bynum said God told her to tell 21 people to sow $1,000. Watch this.
21 people in this building that God said will give $1,000. He said 21 people in this building, come now wherever you are. Give me an envelope. Give me some envelopes. He said 21 people, come now wherever you are. $1,000 ain't nothing in comparison to what God's going to do. I didn't call for buckets yet, y'all. It ain't nothing. There's promotions that you want. You're not going to get it until you make that sacrifice to God. Line up right here. I know what I'm talking about. Older and younger. I know you in here because the prophecy don't lie. The Spirit of the Lord don't lie. The Spirit of the Lord don't lie. The Spirit of the Lord don't lie. He's not a lying spirit. He said 21 people in here. If God wasn't talking, nobody would have moved. He said 21 people in this building. That's what he means. He said 21 people in this building. How do I know God is talking to me? Because you got it. That's how I know God is talking to you. Because it's in your account right now. Because it's on your credit card right now. That's how I know God is talking to you.
Juanita Bynum said God told her to tell 21 people to sow $1,000. If I'm not mistaken, 21 times 1,000 equals 21,000. So it would cost 21 people $21,000 to receive a blessing.
And you're probably going to say something real interesting. Well, you know what that clip she's asking for? 21 people, that's $1,000 a piece to go ahead and sow that seed, right? But she didn't say black women or black men. But I can guarantee you 90% of that church is black women. That's right. Most people are. And it's not just that. It's so many ladies scamming and hurting ladies. It's just what it is. Even on Instagram. B. Simone has been accused of that. You see, one of the things that a lot of black women got to really understand, we got to get out of this whole thing that it's black men holding black women back. What I have found out, a lot of the animosity towards black women are coming from black women themselves. That's right, just like black men. The biggest problems black men have are with other black men. It's not really with black women. So what we got to understand is a lot of the scamming that goes on, the taking advantage of you that goes on, it's sort of really easy to see when it's a man because you don't really want to talk to him. He's not your type. But see, sisters are the ones out here taking advantage of these ladies. And if you ask me, the hatred that y'all give Kevin Samuels is in the wrong place. That hatred, or should I say malcontent for somebody's behavior, should go to somebody that is a scammer or an alleged scammer. But if you type in this particular person on YouTube, you will find a lot of videos. And I'm not saying have hatred for anybody like you have for Kevin Samuels, but if you want to say this person's hurting the community, it appears that female scammers are the ones that are doing it. And I gotta say allegedly because I don't have any proof outside of the 100 videos that we have on YouTube, but it does seem to be true. It does seem to be true. And that's where your attention needs to go towards. It needs to go towards the people in your community that don't value enough to tell you the truth. But guys, what do you think? It's your boy O'Shea Duke Jackson. Back at it again with another episode here. I'm out.
Hey there, real quick. I'm Steve Fisher, and I'm here to tell you about a great adventure.